Money is like a tree. Just like a tree. Every tree begins with a seed. The journey to wealth, the journey to having abundance begins with a seed. Just like a tree. Whether you call it a mustard tree, whether you call it an apple tree, whether you call it an orange tree, they begin with a tiny seed. Before you begin to spend from your earning, take away a portion to save. So then you can now live on the rest. Some people, because they are making some money today, they are young, they can run around, they can make XYZ amount of money. They confuse themselves thinking that it will continue to be like that. Listen to this. Look at the aged and don't forget that in years to come, you'll be numbered among them. For money to stay with you or to stay in your hand, you must develop and show capacity. Point number 4. Money slips away from an unskilled owner. I told us money has character. And we've been able to talk about the first character, talk about the second character, talk about the third character, and this is now the fourth character. That money has the habit to disappear without notice from an unskilled owner. Having money to invest will not automatically make you wealthy. Many has made tons of money before now, but as we speak today, they can not really tell what happened to all the money they made earlier. So if you don't want your money to slip or vanish from your hand, someday you need to become skilled in the affairs of money. The third law of wealth states that money disappears quietly from the man who invests in business or things he knows nothing about, or in things which are not approved by the skilled or experienced in the business of multiplying money. Now, when we are talking about the point that money slips away from an unskilled owner, an unskilled owner is an individual that has money, but he goes into investment that he knows nothing about. He goes into investment that he's not familiar with. I was talking with few people while we were driving down here, and someone talked about a particular business, and actually, while we try to do our cross-examination, it is obvious that that individual is not skilled in that business. It implies that no matter the amount of money that you put into that business, the character of money will work against you, because money has seen you to exhibit an energy that repels it. So you don't just begin to invest in things you don't know. Many a times they tell us that there is an investment opportunity. Someone called me a while ago that there is an investment opportunity so and so place. I just told the person it is outside my investment plan. Why did I reject that business offer? Is because I just have to stick with my plan. I have to obey the nature of money. Because before I will invest in that particular option or investment that came up, I will need to do a very good study. Yes, you don't buy into a business because a marketer is wanting you to buy a closer up deal. Yes, a closer up deal will not give you the best picture because they are always after their cuts. That's what they are after. So if you always base your judgment of doing business by the instruction of a business agent, a retail agent of business, then it shows that you are unskilled. Money in the hands of some people that has not developed competence in handling money will easily find so many business. What I mean is that if money comes into the hand of somebody that is not skilled, business opportunities will just be flying around. The person will easily find business to invest that money in. And even when skilled people begins to tell the person about obvious red flags, that individual will not heed to that advice. The individual will not heed to that advice. The individual will still go headlong to make his or an investment. If he's a wise individual, wise owner of money, he will definitely see the red flags and will avoid them. But the inexperienced owner of money will trust his judgment, but to discover at the end of the day that he made a wrong decision, and he will pay the price for his inexperience by losing all of the money. There is no business or investment option in this world that is either good or bad in itself. There is no business option that is necessarily bad or good. It depends on the person that is handling the business. I can tell you for a fact that in every business sector, in every business arena, there will always be 10% of the total population in that business sector that controls 90% of the revenue that exists in that business. And there will always be 90% of the population that struggles over 10% of the revenue in that business. Now, what is the difference? The difference is not in the business. The difference is in the person. The moment somebody is skilled, he will be among the 10% that controls the 90% of the funds. But the unskilled owner of money will always be among the 90% that struggles for the rest of the 10%. So if you want money to partner with you, you need to be skilled. But I tell you, based on the nature of money, the moment money discovers that you have the nature of getting into investments that you know nothing about, or you always go against expert advice on investment, naturally, money will be repelled from you. You will suddenly discover that your money has developed wings and they have flown back to where they came from. So, anything that takes your time and money is not an investment, neither is it a business. You can better call it a pet or an hobby. So look around you. I know an individual, even against advice, every now and again, all the earnings he gets, he just go to a particular place and put the money. And for years, all he's doing is enriching the people. And if you ask him, he says he's building his future. I told that individual that whatever that you are consistently giving your money and your time, and you cannot show anything for it, is never a business. It is a hobby or your bets. So you need to look around. Are you funding your hobby in the name of business? Remember, money slips away from an unwise owner. This will take us to point 5, which is the 5th character of money. Money disgusts and works against the greedy and gullible. It works against the greedy. It works against the gullible. Money doesn't like somebody that is greedy or somebody that is gullible. Remember, money has energy. Money can feel the vibes that you generate. And each time you take a particular decision or act in a certain way, you are emitting an energy. And the moment that that energy is sensed by money as a negative energy, definitely money will be repelled from you. So money will consistently work against you the moment it is spotted that you are greedy or you are gullible. Fanciful propositions is always thrilling to an inexperienced investor, just like an adventure movie. They appear to give your money some magical ability to generate impossible earnings. Yes, fanciful propositions appears to somebody that is inexperienced like an adventurous movie. They promises to give your money the ability, magical ability to produce results that are impossible. Beware, any business or investment plan with the proposition to make you wealthy suddenly is only a trick to wipe you out. Any investment, any business that has a proposition to suddenly make you wealthy, in no time, is a trick to wipe you out. And the moment you fall for it, naturally, money will just disappear and work against you. The fourth law of wealth states, money flees from the man who would force it to impossible earning, or who will greedily accept the proposition of trickster and scammers. Money will always fly away from the hand of any individual that will want to force it to impossible earning. There are certain earnings that are not possible. Remember, in this part of the world, MMM, money making machine. MMM, you invest XYZ amount of money today. After 3 hours or after so this, you get so return. And then a lot of people fell for it. Today, many are still licking their wounds. And there are other investment options. As you invest this, in the next 1 month, we give you 100% return. These are impossible results. And the moment you are fond of falling for it, money will develop wings and fly away from you. There was a friend that called one of the days. They sent that person an information that as you send this money, in the next few hours, so amount will be coming to you. That individual did not only spend her own money, but went further to borrow money from somebody in order to put into that investment, only to discover that it was a scam. And a lot of people has fallen for this. Each time a proposition that promises to give your fund magical ability to do the impossible, listen, it is a red flag. Even if it's not a red flag, if you fall for it, it is in the nature of money to fly from you. Some years earlier, I was privileged to manage some fund for a senior friend. I remember the early period we started doing that. Each time I give him reports of high return, he will always advise me that no, I learned a lot from that senior friend. That means you don't need to be greedy in order for you to grow in wealth. He just told me, keep it simple, keep it constant, keep it regular. And then the moment you break that rule, I'm telling you, you will lose out completely. You are definitely going to lose out completely. So, my advice for us is that we pay attention to these instructions that borders around the character of money. They will put you in the position to predict how money flows. Remember that money is like a tree, and every tree begins from a seed, and seed needs to take time before the tree will begin to produce and harvest. The Holy Book said, while the earth and the sun remain, seed, time, harvest will not cease. It's a principle. It will begin with seed. You will give the seed some time before the harvest will begin to come. You cannot become wealthy overnight. It is a process. The process of a seed becoming a tree and producing some fruits takes time. And if you follow these principles, if you follow these characters of money, I bet you are obeying the principles that governs wealth. On this teaching, we've been able to establish the following points, and they are as follows. Start saving a minimum of 10% of all your earnings. We have also established the point that you must employ your money to work for you. We also established a third point, that you must take estimated and calculated risk only. Number 4, don't invest in what you don't know or what you don't understand. And number 5, avoid being greedy of giving your money an impossible task. Try to memorize these 5 laws that were expressed on this video. You will come back very soon to thank me. I am Wobia Ezechimere, your compass to financial freedom. If you are new or have not subscribed on our channel, please click on subscribe button, like our video, and ensure to share so that others could benefit just like you have done. Thank you till we come your way again.